now that you're done blowing your nose, do you want to get started?
Yeah, I guess so. I've got this cold. It's just so my voice kind of goes in and out too. You are down in the wine storage area of my office, right next to the room where I do my listing and stuff like that. And
Wait,
today
so
is-
hold on. So
What?
what is this? So you got your whole wine little thing going on. And then in the wine thing, you also got your eBay thing going on?
Yeah, because I have a shipping room for eBay and the wine, although I only ship usually quarterly. So I have a shipping room, and that's where I have the most of my inventory that's live for eBay. I have this room where I store coats and stuff that I want to store vertically. Then I have a larger room where I have my phone set up, my cleanup station, my listing station, all that kind of stuff. And then I have the basement here where we store wine, but also store any number of crates of crap Sally's bought.
Do you own this building?
What's it to you?
I want the address. Possible arson attempt.
Yeah, no, you couldn't burn this building down if you tried.
Good work. It's what I like in a building. So when it comes to the wine, those are pretty big boxes, right?
They weigh about 50 pounds.
So who do you have to help you with that?
Well, I have
Do you get the joke there?
pallet
Because you're way
jacks.
too old to be lifting 50 pounds.
No, I have, my body doesn't know that yet. Shh, I've told it it's 25 pounds.
Good.
What I do is I have some really neat rolling things that help. I also have, Bill, he helps.
Mhm.
And I just take my time, so we just do it ourselves.
Lit. Perfect. Anyways, so today is talk about wine day.
Or we could do flip or flop.
Oh my God, it's weird. I think it's actually flip or flop day and not wine day.
It
Although there
is.
may be some whining going on in this call.
I think there probably will be. And if it gets really bad, I have any number of cases of wine here that are just one little knife away from being opened.
And you ship them to me, right? You're going to ship them to me,
Would
right?
you like me to ship you some wine? I don't know if your state's one where I can ship to. I have licenses in I don't know how many states. I don't know what.
Oh, really? That's a thing?
Oh, yeah. Some states like Utah, you can't ship to.
Oh,
Some
shocking.
states require specific licensing. Other states don't care so much. So it's really a complex thing. Like I had to get licensed as a brewery and as a retail. I had to get licenses. I could actually throw a party and charge to get in here and serve wine, but we don't. And
Cool.
we're way back in the center of the building too, so nobody can look in and see cases of wine, because I thought with the area I'm in down by the waterfront, that'd be a really bad thing to do. So anyway,
Yep. Party
since
room.
we're down here, this is where I have some boxes of shame.
Mhm.
I asked you if you'd help me with some shoes. I've had Landon has helped, and on a couple I've got those listed. So these are ones that I don't think I have listed yet. And I've lost my notes from anybody else helping me if they did. So would you help me?
You know what? I'm going to act like this is the first time we've ever talked about this, but you know what, Sally, I think I'll help you.
Okay. In the interest of transparency, so that you don't look like a genius, I gave him the numbers of the shoes we're going to look at, because what are they today? They're not going to be a whole lot of real bad flops, are there?
No, we're not going to be looking at the condition. I'm going to assume everything's in about 7.5 to 8 out of 10 condition, which means they're
At
still
least
good
minimum.
enough. Minimum.
Yeah.
Well, so when it comes to, I should say we're going to be looking at Nike sneakers today. So condition on these matters, I don't know. For the super high-end collector stuff, it matters almost more on this stuff than it does on dress shoes. It still matters, but like one little scuff on this could be the difference between hundreds or thousands of dollars. But it could be the same thing on a high-end dress shoe. Regardless.
Okay, are you kind of wondering how this old lady wound up with some Nikes that are in really good condition?
It's absolute insanity, is what I know.
Well, I have a friend who watches Facebook a lot. And she called me one afternoon. She said, "Hey, don't you kind of sell shoes?" I said, "Well, I'm not really good at it, but yeah." And she said, "Well, there's a garage sale tomorrow. She's listed in Facebook. And, I'm just kind of looking at the pictures. Looks like she has a whole bunch of shoes." So I said, okay. So I looked at it, and sure enough, it looked like a big rack of shoes. And man, they look like Nikes to me. So didn't know anything better. I called the woman. And I said, "I'm interested." And she said, "Well, what do you want?" And I said, "Well, what if I just bought them all from you?" And she says, "I'll tell you what, I won't sell them to anybody else. You come down early, see if you want them all, you can have them all. I've got them priced individually, and take what you want, and I won't let anybody else buy any." So I said, "Well, what time?" She said, "Well, I don't want you to come too early. Would you come about 8 o'clock?" So I zipped down there at 8 in the morning, and there were people circling this rack of shoes like vultures. And as I walked up, she said, "She's the one." And people looked at me like I was Nosferatu and said, "Oh, we understand we can't take anything until you take what you want." And I said, "Yeah, that's our agreement." So I went through and I took most of them, and I wound up paying, I think, $200 maybe and I got about 25 pair. You're going to look at, I don't know, 8 or 9 pair this morning. So on the average, I paid, let's say, $7.50 or something like that for each of these shoes. Now, I kind of wondered why she had these shoes. And she muttered something about, "That'll teach your kid not to help her." And I said, "Beg pardon?" She said, "I told him I was clearing out all this crap and he needed to come help me. And guess what? He said he couldn't find time in his schedule." So I thought, fine with you. So she went in, evidently while he was partying or sleeping, cleaned out his closet. And I also got some really neat shirts. Turns out he works for Nike. So, so I have a bunch of shoes, and they had hardly any wear on them at all. So with that, shall we start with suspect number one?
Sounds like a time when you like block the number and like change your identity.
Oh, what's funny is I sold a pair of really good shoes. He said, "I'm just curious. These are really neat." He bought them. He said, "These are really neat and they're hardly used. Where did you get them?" So I told him, and he says, "Aren't you afraid the kid's going to come find you?" And I said, "Yeah, well, I paid cash and put mud on my license plate as I drove away quickly." And he said, "Then we're probably safe." So,
It's pretty funny.
ready?
Let's do it. Let's dance.
Okay.
Wow. Man, I'm
It's a
pretty
red
good.
shoe.
So, I mean, I'm pretty good when it comes to sneakers, but just looking at those look like the Nike Kevin Durant 5 DMV from 2012. And
It
I mean,
has a something on the back, a star or something. I can't tell what that is. Can you?
it's so it's Kevin Durant's
Can you
logo.
see it? Oh, all right. Whoever he is, must be a nice guy. So I'll
Whatever.
he's around for you.
He's a really good guy. And those shoes that you spent $7.50 for, if they're in pretty good condition, are worth
they're in excellent condition.
excellent condition, worth just about $100.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
nice work. And so I'd call that a flip, not a flop. And
okay.
What size are these? Because size does matter when it comes to condition.
Yeah,
when it comes
this was
to
a
sneakers.
big boy. This is a size 12.
Okay, which is literally the perfect size to sell. So you're doing pretty good here.
The next ones are a size 12 and a half.
Ooh, buddy. Man, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure those are the LeBron James BBZ 330s.
No, they have a crown on them. They must be King something. Do you see the crown?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
King James. Okay, so LeBron's nickname is King James.
They have a jumping man on the back.
Oh, they have a jumping man on them. Wow, a jumping man in a crown. Maybe is it
And look at.
They're so regal.
They're really clean. You see that? Look on the side. You can see through it almost.
So people would like be given their left nut for these shoes, and you're like, "There's jumping man on them."
What do you think this kid did when he woke up and went to his closet?
Where are all my jumping guys?
Yeah, that's what he said.
So anyways, these shoes, LeBrons, are worth a solid, I don't know. There's a lot listed and none sold. I'm guessing about 50 to 80 bucks.
Okay, and these are for sale, by the way.
Oh yes, all this is for sale. This is not only a brag of shoes, a slightly informative story on how to get stupid shoes, a slightly informative tale on what matters on shoes, but also a sales pitch on any shoes that you might want. Again, all size 12. So these
Well,
next
now, wait a minute,
ones.
these aren't,
What?
let me see what size these are. I have another one in my hand. This is size
Oh, yeah.
12.
Okay, size 12. So these are the Nike Air Jordan Chris Paul 6-8Es, which I knew off the top of my head. I didn't look at anything to know that.
I know, you're so good.
I know, I'm so good.
Oh,
Chris
look at the
Paul's.
Jumping Man. They have Jumping Man on them again.
Oh, they're another jumping guy.
Yeah,
Those are worth 30 bucks.
really? All right. So
Yep,
much
that's
for the
it.
Jumping guy. Okay. Another Jumping guy.
Oh my God. So these are the Nike Air Jordan 31 N7s, which is pretty cool, pretty exciting. I didn't know they went up to the 31, which shows how much I know about sneakers. And those are worth a solid 100 plus,
Really? Okay.
probably 120. Up, get those up. Get your weird Air Jordans up.
Yeah, this must not be a good one. It doesn't have a Jumping guy on it.
No, no one's leaping on these. You think he's doing the hurdles? These are
don't know.
the Nike Air Force One mid white purple 2008 release, worth about $50 to $70.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with flip. Ain't no flop in here, just flipping.
All right, now this I didn't get from the sale. I picked up these like for $1.50 or something at a church sale.
Which makes sense because they are women's shoes. So these are the Nike Women's Air Max Dia, DIAs, kind of running, tennis, whatever. They are, I'm guessing, worth about 30 to 40 bucks.
Okay.
These were tough to find, / I didn't find a great comp. These are Nike Air Max Lunar Long. So they're
And they
worth
have a little bit
about,
of rubbed off on one shoe on the inside. The soles are good, but they show a little bit of wear.
yeah, so not great condition, probably 30 bucks, 20 to 30 bucks.
Okay. These also I did
These-
not get from the kid.
That I can tell because they are women's shoes again. The Nike Downshifter 7 Lava Grays with the pink accents. Damn, those are fresh. A solid $20 to $30.
Okay.
These next ones though, these are definitely the dude's shoes.
Are they?
Well, considering that they're Nike Zoom Paul George shoes, I'm guessing you didn't pick those up at a thrift.
You know what? I don't know. Yeah, and it has a number on the side, 93552. Is that somebody's zip code?
This is where I wish I could make fun of you. I have no idea. I don't know. Not a darn clue. I don't know. Oh, what are they worth? $50 to $80. Nothing but flip in here. All flips.
Yeah, they're smaller, but these are ones I think I paid very little for. These are from the dude.
Definitely, dude. These are cool. These are the Nike Kyrie 1 Lettermans from 2015. Kyrie's kind of gone off the deep end, but I think these shoes are still worth a pretty penny. It sounds
And
like you have
they're
these listed.
really, oh yeah, I do, and they're in good shape.
It's probably $100 then. If they're in as
I
good a
don't know what
condition
I-
as you think,
Okay.
probably $100.
Okay, I didn't have, I don't know what I was looking for. These, there are two pairs of shoes. I keep getting confused in this whole thing.
Because these look a lot like the first ones to people that don't know, like yourself.
Yeah,
These are the Nike Kevin Durant 9 Oreos. Clearly that's the Oreo makeup. These are worth a solid, probably $50.
size 12.
50 to maybe 70. That's $50. Let's do $50. And
Okay,
I
and
think we got our
there's-
last ones today.
That I did not get from the dude.
We got some Nike Flex contact sneakers, just running shoes. They are worth about $40.
Okay.
So
Now I have a whole bunch of other shoes, but they're not Nikes. Do you want to just stick with the Nikes today?
we'll stick with the Nikes today. Yeah, I don't even know if it's a great idea to deal with those because the major takeaway from this is if you can finding these kind of shoes is really, really hard to do because as you said, even though it was just in the background on a garage sale listing, there were still, I don't know, there were vultures flying around the garage sale and
There
people
were.
had reached out to her besides you. And I'm guessing some of these sneakers are worth, $300 or $400. Some of the ones we didn't look at, some ones we already have listed, but
Yeah.
these are just shoes. There is a massive following when it comes to this stuff. And the thrifts know that they're worth money. So the only way to get these things for really cheap is to do them on consignment with a collection, find something ridiculous like this, or pull it out of your own closet. And they sell quick. There's a whole lot of questions about authenticity. So you'll lead to that problem.
Well,
But-
isn't that only if you're getting in the really expensive ones? Nobody's going to check the authenticity on $100 pair of shoes, are they?
Yeah, they do.
Oh.
Air Jordans specifically. But considering that you're an old lady with a bunch of random shoes, I don't think anyone's going to be like, oh my God,
I'm making them in my basement.
exactly. That's the vibe I get from you and your shoe collection.
I was going to ask you, do you want to go with me sometime down to the Nike outlet store? We could do the same thing. And because I get I told you, ridiculous discounts at the outlet store near me.
So the Nike outlet flip, if you want to sit there all day, you can make money all day. Just if you sat there enough and looked up every pair of shoes and took your time, you could pull up shoes that would sell that same day without issue and have no problem making $200, $300, $400, $500 every single day as long as you're able to take the risk on it. Question is, do you want to take that risk? Do you want to spend all that time? It's a lot of work. The more you do it, the more you have a good understanding of shoes. But yeah, we could do it.
I think
The Nike
there's so
outlet
many-
is freaking boring when it comes to shoes, but it's a moneymaker.
I think sounds like a sexist thing, but I don't find a lot of women who are selling and, really passionate about tennis shoes. We're just kind of not. I'm just kind of not. So for me to invest my time in perfecting my knowledge on something that I'm really not, organically interested in, and the risk, the only way I'd go to Nike and do this is if you or somebody else, speak up, anybody, if they want to do this with me, wants to ride on my shoulder in my GoPro and we go down to the Nike store and spend an hour, because the ones that look pretty to me aren't the ones that are selling. So I have no knowledge, and I don't mind risking the money if I have informed advice. But me going down to a Nike store and saying, gee, I like the orange ones, it's not. However, do you know that Nike gives me a 90-day return policy at the outlet?
Which is
No question.
ridiculous. So there's no risk.
I know. Not.
It's pretty
So
cool.
anyway, that
So
about
I'm
does it.
I'm
unless
more
you
than
wanna
happy to
drink
do
some
it.
wine.
Let's drink some wine. I'd be more than happy to do it. There's definitely some questions. Doing a tutorial on how to just shop at the Nike outlet, I'm sure it's been done a million times, but I know that we could
I'm
do a
not
better one
sure.
than anything's ever been done.
Huh. I bet we could too. All right, well, we'll put that on our schedule. For now, I've got wine to drink and sweaters to list.
Let's do it. Hope
All
they're
right, catch
scratchy.
you later.
Bye.
Huh? What'd you
I
say?
said, I hope they're scratchy.
Oh, the sweaters.
Yeah, the sweaters. I
Yeah,
hope they're scratchy.
because scratchy sweaters mean, hey, is merino wool good?
So merino wool is softer. Totally depends. If you have merino wool, it much more depends on the brand than scratchy does.
Okay, well,
Scratchy's
we'll
almost
talk this
always
on the-
good. Well, yeah, we'll talk about it.
I picked up more sweaters, so we'll talk about that maybe next week. However,
Cool.
I've got these really weird Star Trek and Star Wars and Micronauts toys.
Why
if
are
you-
you?
No,
Oh, yes, for next week. Yes, perfect idea.
a reason I have them is my nephew, who is now 50 something, got them as a kid and hasn't had them stored for 20 years. I sold some
Oh,
of the stuff, but these are, I don't know, but some of them are good. Some of them maybe not so much. Some of them I don't even understand. So I don't. And most of them have rockets that fire. I have shot my cat twice.
good. Kill it.
All right.
I know
Well,
it. I know it. I know a guy.
okay. You know a guy. Okay. You're the fixer. So you take care of that and I'll catch up with you later.
Okay, bye.
Bye.